friends. Welcome to day 4. Congratulations, you are past the halfway point. So 4 out of 7 days in our 1-week challenge for Yoga for Beginners. So congratulations. It is definitely something to celebrate. And as a reminder, it doesn't matter if it's been 4 days in a row for you or if today is the first day after you've taken a very long break. The important part is that you showed up for yourself here today. I am so happy to have you with me here, and I am so proud of you for showing up, and you should absolutely be proud of yourself for the same. So thank you for being here with me today. As a reminder, for day 3, we talked about authenticity and how important it is for you to show up as yourself, how you are essential to the tapestry that is humanity. You play an irreplaceable role in the story. Today, I'll speak to you a little bit about one of my favorite topics. I am a connector. I absolutely love to connect people to the things that they need and to what's important to them. That is my purpose here in life, and it follows me around in every job I've ever had and in every relationship I've engaged in. That is who I am, and a primary tenet of that that goes along with the yogic philosophy is the idea of love. Not love in a romantic sense, but love in an all-encompassing spiritual sense. So the idea that we are all inexplicably and inseparably connected to each other as a part of humanity, that my humanity is bound up in yours through universal love. And it's a wonderful and empowering concept, although it can be somewhat foreign to many of us. If you've ever been around small children, you will know how easily they love. It's a beautiful thing to watch. They are just completely full of and brimming with that love and joy. And that's the kind of love that we're talking about. And so many things as we progress on our journey and grow up and have difficult experiences, so many things can get in the way of that kind of love and that kind of release. But that kind of love within us is always accessible. So you can dig down deep into your internal resources and it's always there. So we may have things that cover it up. One of my favorite quotes in relation to this topic is Rumi, who is a Sufi poet, and he says, "You are not seeking for love, you are seeking to find all of the barriers within yourself that you have built against it." So to that end, the idea, the concept that there is this pool of universal love that is always accessible within you is a really beautiful thing. And as we work through yoga and learning to accept our bodies as they are in the moment, we learn to access this internal resource. So kind of like cleaning a window. So if it's a beautiful sunny day outside, but your windows are all grimy and gross, you won't be able to see the sunlight. But that doesn't mean that it's not a beautiful sunny day outside. So if you show up and you clean the window, you find that love, that source, that joy. So it's a wonderful thing as we uncover in our practice through moving and showing up for ourselves, which is a wonderful way to display self-love. So that's self-love in action, you showing up and being here for yourself, making the time to do something that is important for your well-being, to reintegrate your mind and body together. That is an incredible demonstration of self-love. So you're on the right path, doing good work. And today we're going to go through a couple of postures that'll kind of help open with a heart sensation. So we associate in yoga love, both self-love and love for others and love for everything, with this area of the body, which is really common, right? So in just about every culture, this is where we put the love. So we'll focus on some postures today that are going to create kind of an opening sensation here. And the intention behind the practice today is allowing yourself to accept love. So accept love for yourself with the idea that you cannot give to anyone else that which you do not have. So in order to go out and do good in the world, to love each other, to love our children, our partners, we must first love ourselves. We must fill our own cups. So Hop into something comfortable. If you're in your stretchy jeans, that's totally fine. If you'd like a cushion to sit on, please grab one. You can sit crisscross applesauce if you like. If you want your legs to be out a little bit further, or maybe just sit here holding your knees, that's perfectly fine. Whatever is a position that gets you into a pose of ease. So our first position in yoga is easy pose. Not that it's easy to do, but a pose of ease. So finding some place in your body that feels easeful. So join me there, and when you're ready, let's close down the eyes and take a few deep breaths to just arrive. You did it. You did the hardest part. You showed up. It's wonderful. And even without saying anything to yourself about it, just the act of showing up to spend time moving with your body, making that space, just showing up tells your body, your heart, your mind that you love yourself. No explanation necessary. You've demonstrated it in a way that doesn't require words. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Releasing tension, letting go of that to-do list, settling into your space in this moment together right now. And then taking one hand, placing it over your heart, yogi's choice, whichever hand you would like. Take the other hand, rest it on your belly. And you're going to breathe in. This can be aloud or to yourself. And if it doesn't feel silly, if it doesn't feel real, that's okay. Say it anyways. We're going to breathe in and say, I love myself. Thank you for showing up. Wonderful. When you're satisfied, we're going to move into a little bit of cat-cow. Roll out your wrists, feel a little poppy like mine are. Coming first into a tabletop position, so fingertips spread out nice and wide. We're going to plant them on our mat or our carpet or our wooden board if you're like me and you moved your cushion. Wrists coming underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hip points, toes can be tucked underneath, or the top of the feet can rest against the surface. Remember, for some knee comfort here, pressing the tops of the feet into the surface that is supporting you will help take some of the pressure out of your knees, give you a little space. Feel free to grab a cushion or a blanket if you'd like some extra comfort for your knees. So remember, you're in charge of this experience. On a deep inhale, dropping the belly like a cow. Tail comes up, gaze comes up, let those shoulders melt away from the ears. Exhale it out, tuck the tail, rolling through the spine, dropping the head, pulling the belly button up towards the spine, and imagining a string pulling the center of the back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, dropping the belly, warming up the spine. You can shake the hips side to side here, whatever feels good. This is your experience, your practice, and you get to decide. Exhale, rolling through the spine, letting all of the air out, allowing the head to drop down, pressing down through the hands, extending through the shoulders. A few more at your own pace here. Find what feels good. Swaying forward and backward maybe, little circles over the wrists. So explore. This is your time with your body to explore the sensations. Notice how it feels to be you today. There is no wrong way, there is just your way. Last exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine, tabletop position. Widening the knees out, bring those big toes together to meet. Grab your cushion if you'd like some space between the hips and the feet, and sink back towards the heels. Nice deep stretch in the hip flexors here. Taking it one step further if it feels good, and allowing the head to rest down on the hands or the mat or whatever surface is supporting you. Maybe rotate the head side to side here, get a nice massage on the forehead. Allowing the belly to expand as you breathe deeply. Showing yourself some love. On your next inhale, coming back up to tabletop position, lifting the hips, knees come back in under the hip points, feet align with the knees. Moving now into downward facing dog. So take those hips, tuck the toes, pulling the hips up, imagining somebody's got hands on either side of your hips, pulling you up and back. Heels are reaching towards the floor here. They don't need to touch. Hands are pressing strongly into the mat, fingertips gripping. Shifting the hips back, allowing the head to drop, the neck to relax. One more breath in here. And on your exhale, walk your feet up to meet your hands, coming down into our forward fold. Feet can be as wide here as is comfortable. Letting it all out. Exploring the sensations here. You can hold on to opposite elbows. Imagine the head being heavy, pulling down. Noticing the stretching sensation in the back of the legs. If it's a little intense around the knees, bending the knees a little bit. Allowing the stretching sensation to expand up into the lower spine, lumbar spine. Creating a wonderful stretch in our quadratus lumborum, which supports our spinal structure, allows us to bend and flex. On your next inhale, place the hands on the ground, lifting yourself halfway up. Exhale, releasing back down for a moment, and then inhale, spreading the arms wide this time, rolling yourself all the way up to a nice tall mountain pose. You can stretch the arms overhead. Exhaling, letting the arms float down to the sides. I'll turn to face you this time. Feet are going to come about hips width distance. So as a reminder, how to tell where your hips are. 2 fists here, down between your toes. And that's about as wide as your hips are. Coming to stand up nice and strong, spreading the toes out wide, gripping into the mat, imagining that you have a triangle on the bottom of your foot, so pressing into the pinky toe, the big toe, the back of the foot, engaging the center of the foot, the arch, and lifting the energy up through the calves, engaging the quadriceps, pulling those kneecaps up gently, tucking the tailbone here, engaging the glutes. Feeling that inner balloon, so we're wrapping all of our muscles around, pulling in the core and elongating nice and tall. Feeling that come all the way up, opening the chest here, allowing the shoulders to melt down away from the ears and pull back together. Arms nice and strong, hands come to the side, fingertips spreading out wide, palms face forward. Stretching, engaging the arms, pulling the neck up. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. Now strong, engage all the muscles of the body. And release. And shake it out. You might have a little couple snap, crackle, and pops. Moving into a side stretch now. Feet can stay where they are, or you can move closer together. Yogi's choice, so find wherever you're comfortable here. Standing up nice and tall, tucking the tailbone here, engaging in the core. Letting the left hand rest against the left thigh, reaching the right hand up overhead. Getting a nice stretch here in the right side body. You can face the palm out forward And slowly stretch down, allowing the left hand to travel down the left thigh. Getting a deeper stretch here while pulling the right shoulder back and allowing the chest to remain nice and open. Find a comfortable place for the neck here, so maybe looking up towards the hand, maybe looking down. Find a place where you can release any tension in the neck and maintain neutrality. On your next exhale, bring that right arm back down, taking it to the other side. Right hand smooths down along the right thigh, left arm reaches up this time. Nice stretch in the left side body here. If you'd like to take it a little bit further, palm faces out, thumb down. Sliding over, opening the left side body. Finding a comfortable place with the neck, releasing any tension. Looking up or down, finding what feels good in your body today. Oh, wonderful. Bring it back down, shake it out, maybe get a few snap, crackle, and pops. Oh, stepping back up to the front of your space now. We're going to revisit one of our warrior positions, which we tried out on day one. So feet coming a little bit wider than hips width distance is going to give us a good base, so we have good balance. We're going to step directly back behind us with the left foot. Hands can stay on the hips for balance, or if you'd like to use a chair or the wall to stabilize yourself, feel free. Engaging in the core here is going to help keep us nice and strong. Exhale, stepping that left foot back. Heel is reaching up towards the ceiling. Left foot is on the ball of the foot. Gazing down at your right foot, check out your ankle and your knee. Align that knee over the ankle. And stay strong here. Nice deep stretch in the hip crease on the left side. If you'd like to give yourself a little challenge, you can bring it up to cactus arms here, opening the chest, maybe raising the gaze towards the ceiling, being open to receive. Exhale, step it back up, shake out the legs. And now taking it to the other side. Feet a little bit wider than hips width distance. If you felt a little wobbly before, you can take your legs just a little bit wider. That'll help you balance more, so no need to be railroad tracks here. Pulling the core in, squeezing that invisible balloon we have inside the belly. Hands on the hips or on the wall for support or balance. Stepping the right foot back this time. Right heel is reaching out towards the ceiling. Right toes flexed. Checking out the left leg, making sure you've got that knee aligned over the ankle. Don't have to have much of a bend here. We're getting a nice stretch in the hip flexor on the right side. And same thing here, if you'd like to give yourself a little challenge, you can take cactus arms here, opening the chest up wide, pulling the clavicles up towards the ceiling. Gaze high, strong pose here, doing wonderful. Exhale, step it back up, feet together. Oh. Shake it out. Inhale, hands come up, and exhale, taking it back down into a forward fold. Taking a moment here to observe the sensations. Does this feel different than the last time we were in the forward fold? Can you feel the sensation in your legs or your feet maybe closer together or further apart than they were last time? How does that impact the sensations you're experiencing in your body? Plant your hands on your mat or the surface in front of you and step back with your left foot and back with your right foot, coming into a high plank position, very strong here, not for very long, bringing the knees down, moving back into our tabletop position, so hands coming underneath the shoulders, knees coming underneath the hip points. Toes can stay tucked here, or the tops of the feet can rest against the mat, yogi's choice. We're coming into a position called puppy pose, which is fun. So this is a heart opener, a chest opener. Stepping the feet back, giving ourselves a little bit more space between the hands and the knees. We're going to reach forward, send the hips up high in the air, arching the back, and melting the chest down towards the mat.
Allowing the head to hang heavy here or rest on the mat. Nice chest and shoulder opening here, sending the hips up high. You can imagine a little puppy and their cute little tail wag when they're wrestling when they're a little baby. You can wag your tail too if it feels good. Allow yourself to sink into the mat here, into the surface that's supporting you. Allowing your heart to open, chest to open. This is a pose of surrender. Wonderful. On your next inhale, walking the hands back, supporting yourself. Walking all the way back to a kneeling position. And then we're going to do a fancy trick here and just come to a seat. Sitting in the center of your space, we're going to take a nice seated twist here. So feet directly out in front of you, sitting up nice and tall. Bring the left knee in towards the chest, as close as is comfortable. Give it a nice hug here. Taking the right arm, wrap it around the left knee. Left hand comes up and back. Bringing the left hand down behind you. Not using any pressure here to crank. Sitting up nice and tall and using the core muscles to affect the twist. So if you let go here, you're still going to be twisting the same. We don't want to pull and crank into the back there. We want to be very gentle with our spine. It does a lot of good work for us and we don't want to harm it. Inhaling, imagining the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Exhaling to release a little bit more into your twist. On your next inhale, bring it back into center. Both knees come into the chest. Give them a nice hug. This time, left leg stretches out. Leave the right knee in here. Up close to the chest. Left hand comes and wraps around the right knee. Right arm stretches up and down, back behind. Resting on the ground. Once again, not using pressure here to crank. Not using any pressure on our left arm to crank. Using the muscles in our core to twist and allowing ourselves to find our natural limits that way. Inhaling, reaching up nice and tall through the crown of the head, nice long spine. Exhale, relaxing more into the twist. One more inhale. Exhale. Bring it back into center, hug those knees in, and come to lie on your back. Today, we're starting a new concept. So a lot of the time, if you visit a yoga studio or practice with others, you'll end your practice in a pose called Shavasana, which is corpse pose. So lay down, squeeze those knees into the chest, releasing the lower back, and then send one leg at a time out to where the corner of your mat would be. So your legs are out at between a 30-45 degree angle. Let your toes fall out to the side and relax. Allow the arms to come down to the side. Palms facing up, receiving. You may feel a little bit more comfortable or comforted placing your palms down, so explore that. If you'd like to take your comfort a further step and feel more protected, you can place one hand on the lower belly, one hand on the chest, or below the heart, giving yourself a nice comforting touch, soft little hug. And we're going to relax here, so noticing our breathing, but no longer controlling it. There's no more movement. We've arrived, we've completed our sequence. You did a wonderful job. You did everything you needed to do. And now it's time to rest. You can release all of the tension out of the facial muscles. Noticing if you're holding any tension in the forehead or in the jaw. You can release your tongue off the roof of your mouth. Release any tension out of the shoulders, the neck, the arms and the hands. Feeling the weight of your body pressing against the mat or the floor, whatever surface is supporting you. Relaxing through the hips, the thighs, the calves, relaxing the ankles and the toes, noticing the points at which the surface that is supporting you contacts your body, and releasing and relaxing into those points of support, allowing it to lift you, to support you. There is nothing you need to do. And allowing yourself to drift as you let the nutrients of your practice soak in. Beginning now to bring your attention back to your body, back to the room. You can wiggle your fingers, your toes. Take a deep breath in. Maybe stretch it out, whatever feels good. Wiggling the body, waking the limbs back up. When you feel ready, rising to join me back in a seated position. And if you're not ready and you'd like to just enjoy Shavasana more, feel free. This is your practice. Oh, take a moment to notice here, how do you feel? Were you able to release some of that tension, renew, rest, and recover? Are there different qualities and sensations that you're able to appreciate now, that you're able to notice now that you've had a pause? Congratulations, you made it through day 4, and I am so proud of you. Thank you so much for showing up and spending a portion of your day here with me. I so very much appreciate it, and I hope to see you on the next one.